Hello and welcome to a very, very special edition of Let's Talk. Today we're on the Howard Foreman campus visiting an organization called Homes for American Heroes at what they call Honor Point Village. It's a place where volunteers have gotten housing for returning veterans who are in desperate need of a place to live. And there are some wonderful men that you're going to meet who are in charge of this entire charitable organization. This organization, Home for Heroes, is doing incredible work on a shoestring. And one of the guys who holds the shoestring is George Medina. George, it's really a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
I want you to tell me about your organization. Tell me how it started.
Okay.
And what need it fills.
The organization started actually from seeing the need of veterans. Like I had mentioned in the past, I was more of a person going to give for veterans rather than asking. At an event that I went to, I was moved by the needs of some of these veterans returning and their lack of assistance, the delays in getting their benefits, and I couldn't believe that some of them were actually homeless. And they developed into one thing, developed into another. So we decided to get together and we formed this organization, Homes for American Heroes. And it's been around now for 3 years.
You're just an infant.
Yes, we are. We just, a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, we opened our first office on University in between Taft and Johnson. And we formed another section of our organization called First Stop Veterans Resource South. And our motive there was just to help them to be able to orient them which way to go when they were returning. A lot of them, because of the amount of veterans that are coming through the VA system, didn't have time or didn't want to go through the hassle of going to the VA. So they would come to us and we would try to get them as much as we could as far as their benefits at that time.
And so you're on city property, Pembroke Pines.
This here is city property. This is what we decided was we wanted to expand our program into housing because we saw the need. We couldn't believe that there were veterans and families that were out there living either out of cars or living in families' homes or something. And our first attempt was to find a place where they could be. This particular facility here, which we call Honor Point Village, was not being used by the city. I think it had been vacant for a couple of years. And we approached some of our sponsors like Lowe's, and we joined forces with them. And Lowe's and their, it's called Lowe's Heroes, came in with 115 volunteers. And in one day, we painted, we did the landscaping, we got the houses basically ready to be occupied.
You have 5 houses.
We have 5 homes here, and we have them all occupied except for one. And one is having issues with air conditioning, and that's why it's not occupied. We are trying to identify our tenants here as single women with children or family groups. We know there's a lot of male veterans out there, but we know that the male veterans may have more opportunities of going other places than a whole family. And the idea that we have is to keep the family as a nucleus, to keep them together.
Absolutely.
So we were fortunate that the first family that came through here was a Marine with his wife and 5 children. They were in the process of being evicted. He was actually loading his furniture into a U-Haul truck when they were able to contact us through an organization called Neighbors for Neighbors. And even though we weren't ready for them to come on into the premises, we invited them. And they did. They still live here.
By the way, this is supposed to be temporary housing.
Yes, this is only transitional housing. We like to keep them anywhere from 90 days to 6 months, or maybe a little more, depending on the need. Each one is a case on its own. Some of them have issues with alcohol, which they need to get into the VA and take care of that. Some of them may have drug issues, same thing, where they have to be, this area here is shall we call, a zero tolerance area. They know that there are rules and regulations they have to go with. We're here to help them. But this is
Yeah, but not to aid them
no.
in their problems.
We say that this is a hand up, not a handout. You know, we'll go with them, we'll help them as long as they're part of this program, and as long as we see that they're doing what is required for them to better their lives and their families' lives, we don't have a problem with helping them out.
So you're a charitable organization,
Yes, we are.
but you're not government-sponsored
No,
at
we
all?
we have no sponsors. The government has nothing to do with us. That's why we're going through very hard times right now. We are maintaining ourselves because of our own contribution and because of the willingness and the good heart of many citizens out there that support us.
George, what do you really need? You need people
need-
on your board of directors
Yes, we
who
need-
have run businesses,
Correct.
who know how to
Right.
maneuver in the business community.
Correct. We need someone that'll join us in our advisory board, that'll guide us. Like I said, we are not experts at this. This
You're
has been
flying by the seat of your pants.
Right. But we're flying pretty good for not.
Yes,
we're
you
not
are.
being pilots.
Yes,
but
you are.
but what we like is we would like to involve the community. There's nothing like this in Broward County.
No.
And in Dade County, I've heard that there's nothing. The only thing that's similar is in West Palm, and that's through our sister organization who's been around for 14 years. Now, they're in a fortunate position because just last year they received I think it was 1.2 million grant, which helped them to help almost 400 families. So their program actually, I think to date, is taking care of almost 13 or 14,000 families and veterans.
Wow.
So we've only helped right now 2 families and 2 female veterans, which is our
It's 2
tenants.
more than anybody else is helping them.
True. And part of their condition to be here is if they have a problem, they have to correct it. We help them get their finances in order. We show them how to save money. We make sure that they're employed. If they have money and they can help us with the expenses, fine. Some of them that are coming through here have no money. Their benefits are still either on hold or something. And those that do have it, they do contribute to the village. But everything is right now is being done by us. We're the ones that are supporting it.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is Woodward Brooks, and what's your title?
I am the veteran liaison for Honor Point Village and Homes for American Heroes.
Okay, so you're the guy that's really in touch with the residents.
Yes, ma'am. Currently I'm I guess I'm the only full-time volunteer that we have that is a veteran, so I can kind of empathize with the issues they have. And,
You're a full-time volunteer.
Yes, ma'am.
Good for you.
A lot of hours, but takes many people to row the boat, and that's hopefully out of this interview today we'll get some more people to help us row the boat. But if we can get more people, and obviously monetarily we need financial donations, but the key thing is we need businessmen and women who can help guide us, to point us to businesses that want to get involved. The city of Pembroke Pines has been a blessing. I mean, from day one, we've operated in the city of Pembroke Pines, and when we first opened, we didn't have the relationship we have today with the city. But when we approached the city manager about this project, and meeting the elected officials at the various events we attend, everybody's everybody's been, whatever you need, you just call us. And most of the city commission has been here already and seen what's going on, and they're impressed, and we're happy to be
As
here.
well they should be.
And amen. And hopefully out of this interview again, and them getting the word out, as they can spread the word that we're here to help, and we also need help too to grow as an organization.
Yep. Well, we'll do our part. Thank you
very
so
much, ma'am, for the time. I appreciate it.
And the third man in this trio is Tony Castro, who is in charge of this village and lives here full-time, and vice president of the organization. So, Tony, it's nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Tell me what it is you do here.
Well, basically, we made a decision of one of us being here because of the importance of creating the solid basis so we can provide the proper services for our veterans here.
Yeah, it's not like you send them here and there's
Exactly.
no one to talk to.
Yes, and the only way we could do it is if one of us was here, because we can provide them directly with the needs that they
On a
have.
day-to-day
On a
basis.
day-to-day basis, yes.
So that's what you do.
Yes.
If somebody has a problem with electricity, they come to you.
Either that, and even keeping a close relationship with them constantly, because they have all kinds of problems and situations
Sure.
that they need to solve
Sure.
on a daily basis. Yeah.
So that's you, the resource center.
Yes.
And there are some statistics that you want to tell me about?
Well, it's important for us, for all of us, to know what's going on with the veterans nowadays. Right now, we are losing more active service members to suicide
Yes,
than the ones that are being lost in combat.
yes.
And the numbers are staggering on what's going on right now. We have like 76,000 homeless veterans in the United States. It's a number that is absolutely,
That's
That's
unbelievable
astonishing, yes.
in a country like this.
and we have 800,000 unemployed. And there are numbers like that that really are important for us to know.
Tony, tell me about the people that come through here that you know about that have these problems that may, hopefully not, but may lead to things like suicide.
Right now, 80% of the suicides in the United States are committed by veterans.
Veterans.
Yes. So these persons, when they come back, they are physically sound. You don't see a wound.
Right. You don't see the wound.
Right. You see the veterans that come with missing leg or an arm, but these people, they come in and they apparently are whole, but they're not.
Yeah,
So-
they're really not.
Yes.
And so what can you do for them? You can give them homes, you can give them shelter, you can direct them to health care.
Right now, the most important thing that we can provide to them is a shelter, a house.
Yeah,
Because most of the families that are here are persons that have been displaced from their homes, that were evicted from their houses. Some of them, their benefits were either reduced.
they haven't come through yet.
Or no, some of them they just got reduced for whatever problems with the system. Some of them, as a matter of fact, one of them, his benefits had been reduced for some reason, and then his wife that was working lost her job, and then all of a sudden he's got no money to pay his rent. So the landlord doesn't care, 2-3 months, and they get evicted.
Don't employers have to keep a job for a returning veteran?
Well, on
Isn't
this,
that part of the law?
yes, in this particular case, the wife is not a veteran. He is a veteran.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But,
did he have a job before he left?
No,
And
he did not.
he didn't.
He's 80% disabled, and
Ah.
and not only he's got physical disability with his back, and the other percentage of the disability is because of his PTSD.
So anything you can provide is better than what he was facing before.
Correct. Right now, when he was evicted from his house with his wife and 5 kids, he had no place to go. So when we talked to him, he says that he thought it was the end of his rope. He didn't know what else to do because he tapped everywhere and nobody could help him. So finally, he was able to find a shelter here. So now those
How's
thoughts
he
that he
doing
might
now?
have are gone.
Gone.
Yeah. So yeah, right now he's doing good. You know, he's stable. The kids are. You can see the kids playing out here, and it's a blessing to see those little kids living a happy life.
Sure.
Being able to play around, ride the bikes.
Isn't that gratifying that
It
you
is.
know that what you've done for a human being?
It is very gratifying. Yes, it is.
So keep up the good work, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now that you've met the three wise men of Pembroke Pines, I hope you will join us in wishing these people well for the wonderful, wonderful work that they do. And if anybody can help them, please use their contacts and see what you can do to help them. For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you very much for joining us today.